shouldn't be so hard on yourself. Why are you so critical? Can't you just be kind? The answer generally is no, I can't. The answer is generally not really, because I can see my potential. I can see what is plausible, what is doable, what can be achieved for me. I know what I'm capable of, and I know that I am leaving so much of it on the table. I know that I am not living up to my greatest potential, to what is plausible. And within that, I am letting down my family, I'm letting down my kids, my wife, those I serve, all those lives that could be changed or impacted by my choices. I am letting people down by not being the best version of myself, by not pushing myself towards the greatest person I can be. So yeah, I need to be harsh on myself. Yeah, I need to push that forward, because you can just look at the majority of society at the moment and you can see where this gentle, we should be kind, oh, you're perfect the way you are, all that kind of bullshit has gotten yourself. And I will recognize within that there is a fine line between the two of, if you're beating yourself up so much that you're, crippling yourself and unable to even take on anything, you're so harsh on yourself that you don't do anything because it's too much. It becomes too much for you to even do that. Then that's an issue. Then that's a problem. But this just, accepting your mediocrity, accepting your average, just accepting and settling because, I can't be too harsh on myself, I can't be mean or rude, it's just unacceptable. But we've gotten to this point in society where, well, shit, look at it. Everyone wants, I don't even know if wants the right term, but just accepts average, just accepts this is good enough, that's all right, we'll just settle. It's not even remotely what we said we do or could do or what's plausible or possible for us, but it's enough. Therefore, why not? So, why would we try for more? Because it's your life. I've never understood this concept of, why would I try? Because why wouldn't you want to live your best possible life? Why wouldn't you want to be the best version of yourself? I understand getting caught in the trap of life. I understand getting caught in that cycle of spiraling down, because I've been there. I've done that. I understand that. I get it. Move. I understand that as a concept. But the problem becomes when you aren't setting the standard for yourself, when you aren't pushing yourself forward, when you aren't willing to be critical. I'm a perfectionist. I am chasing perfection in my life, in every area. Am I going to reach that? Absolutely fucking not. Not a chance in hell am I going to reach perfection. But I can keep chasing it, and I can keep pushing forward, and I can keep reaching for new heights. I can keep reaching to a higher level. I can keep seeing what is possible and push forward and push on and push and keep pushing forward like this. I can keep pushing to the next level. I can keep pushing to see who I could be. And that's worthwhile. That in itself is worth all of it. So yeah, I'm going to be harsh on myself. This came up because I was talking about my physique at the moment. I am not happy with it. And people are like, oh my God, you look great. And I'm like, especially compared to where I was, 260 plus days ago. I am night and day fucking different to who I was back then. The difference comparison between then and now is astronomical. And I am damn fucking proud of the work I put in. I am damn proud of the effort and the consistency and what I've achieved through just consistently and constantly showing up every single day, without exception, no days off. I am very, very fucking proud of that effort. But on the flip side, does that mean I should settle? Does that mean I should stop working? Does that mean I should be like, well, this is good enough? Because I used to be shit and now I'm good. That's fine. Like, that's enough. No. I keep chasing. I keep pushing on to the next level. You know, the original goal was not to not have man tits anymore. Job done. Tick. Then it was to get a six-pack. Job done. Tick. But now, like, the whole point, I feel, is to push your potential. It's to see who you could be. To see what is actually fucking plausible and possible for you to achieve. What's the outer limit? I don't know. Let's find out. But I don't understand this concept of why you wouldn't want to. As I said, I understand being sucked into, you know, the traps of our modern world. That it's very easy to get complacent. But I was never happy there. It took me a while to figure out the discipline and the motivation and the drive to break out from that. But I was never happy there. I don't understand this concept of being like, nah, this is good. I'm going to tell myself I'm happy here over and over and over again and convince myself of this fact. Because you aren't. You are failing yourself. You are failing those who care about you. You are failing those who look up to you. Because you decided that it wasn't worth the effort to push and chase your potential. You decided that being slightly mollified in the moment is enough. That you don't need to push forward, that you don't need to see what you're capable of. I just don't understand that. As I said, at every moment, I want to push the limits. I want to know how far I can take this. So no, I probably won't ever be truly happy and satisfied with it. But I can be blissfully dissatisfied. I can be blissfully grateful for where I've come from. Because I am so grateful for how far I've come. I'm so grateful for the skills I've learned and the discipline I've gained and the lessons I've learned on this path to this point. But now I want more. Now I want to see what's more. People are like, oh, isn't that greedy? Shouldn't you just be happy? And I'm like, I am happy. But it doesn't mean I need to settle. They are very different breakdowns of emotions that I know what my potential could be. I can see that there is more in the tank. I can see that I have more to give, that I could do more, that I could be more, that I could achieve more if I just keep pushing, if I ratchet it up another level. And, you know, I'd rather push and push and push and find out where the limit is than have regrets. One of my biggest and deepest regrets is still my basketball career. Look, I took it pretty far. I was pretty happy with where I ended up. Took a shot at going pro. I went to college. It didn't work out for me. But I regret that I could have worked harder. I could have given more. I could have trained harder, put more time in. I could have gone to more camps. I could have done that kind of stuff. Yeah, I still worked pretty damn hard, but there was more I could have given. And that's a regret I will live for my entire life. And yet at the same point, if I'd ended up down those routes, I wouldn't have gotten there. So we let those kinds of things go. But there are areas now where I look at it and I go, well, I don't want to get to 50, 60, 70 and go, I regret that I didn't put in more time to have the greatest life I could have. I regret that I didn't leave it all out there, that I didn't work harder, that I didn't put in more time with my business. You know, especially for things that don't matter. I'm never going to regret the time I spend with my children. Not for a single second. That time is sacred and golden, and that is one of the greatest gifts that I have ever been given. I will never regret that I choose to spend time with my children. But I do regret the nights where I'm tired and I choose to watch TV. I do regret the nights that I end up doom scrolling on social media. I do regret all of those. I do regret that I've let myself not now, but in the past, lose sight of my health and fitness goals. I do regret those decisions. So now I make better ones. It's why I went all in. It's why in this phase of 126 to greatness, I have removed all the vices. It's why I have gone about as militant on this as it is humanly possible to be. Because it fucking matters. It matters. And I want to see what it is. So yeah, I'm going to be damn harsh on myself. Yeah, I'm going to give up and sacrifice way more than most people think is logical. But that's because I want to know. I want to know what my human potential is. So yeah, I'm going to continue to be harsh on myself. Yeah, I'm going to continue to push myself. Yeah, I'm going to continue to make myself extremely fucking uncomfortable, because this militant level is fucking killing me. It is so difficult. It is so hard. It is probably the hardest thing that I have undertaken in my life so far. Emphasis on the end of that word though. So far. I know I can conquer this. I just need to suffer through it a bit longer. But that through that suffering, through that discipline and sacrifice, I am becoming a stronger, better version of myself. And I am starting to see how much of my potential was being wasted. You know, I've spent 33 years on this planet. And I'm going, shit, how much further down the line could I have been if I'd been like this all along? Who knows? But I cannot change the past. But what I can do is change the future. What I can do is impact my choices now. So I'm going to be harsh on myself. I'm going to demand perfection of myself. And I'm going to fall short. And that's okay. And I will forgive myself in the moments when I fall short, but I will still wake up the next day and demand perfection again. And I think that is what you have to have. That you have to constantly demand perfection of yourself. And not berate yourself when you don't reach it, but demand it of yourself and be harsh on that you need to do better. Because I'm not going to beat myself down into a pulp that I'd stop doing the stuff. I'm going to be like, no, you can do better, and elevate the game. So I have to hold myself to the standard. No one else can hold me to that standard. No one else can push me towards that. You can't abdicate responsibility on this. This is between you and you. It's about you and your standards, about what you will settle for, what you will tolerate, what you will find acceptable. And yeah, compared to who I was at the start of chasing greatness, 260 odd days ago, night and day difference. What I tolerated back then was downright disgusting, and I am disappointed in who I was then, and I'm disappointed in the version of myself. But it makes me damn proud of this version now. It makes me damn proud of who I am becoming through this level of dedication and commitment and consistency and fucking discipline. Because I think we are all leaving so much potential on the table that we could achieve so much more if we were willing to sacrifice the things that do not provide value in our life. And I think that is also the part that matters in this conversation. The things that do not provide value in our life. Dopamine chasing of any description does not bring value to your life. Doom scrolling, TV, video games, drugs, alcohol, junk food, porn, spending money on collecting crap. None of that adds value to your life. None of that is progressing you towards the best version of yourself. None of that is getting you to the goals that you have for your life. So yeah, you can cut that out. Yeah, you can remove it. I'm not saying it's easy. It's fucking incredibly difficult. My God, is it difficult. But it's worth it. That shit doesn't provide value for you. It doesn't progress you forward. It doesn't actually bring happiness or joy. It is a small chemical dopamine hit in your brain that just is. It doesn't actually long-term provide anything of value. So we remove that. But as I said, if you're not there, you start at the level you're at. 250, 60, whatever days ago it was. There is zero chance I could have contemplated doing this. There is zero chance I was ready. So I started at where I was, and that was the hardest thing I did. And then in phase 2, I progressed to the next hardest thing I did. And now in phase 3, I progressed to the next hardest thing, and so on and so forth. But stop leaving your potential on the table. Actually start with doing some work and recognize that you are not being the best version of yourself, that you are not putting it all out there and chasing your greatness, that you could be, You absolutely could be chasing your greatness. You could be a better version of yourself. You could be doing so much better. And then you do, and then you level up again, and then you level up again, and you just keep progressing forward. Because you don't reach a point and you settle. You reevaluate your goals and you re-establish them, and then you go again, and then you go again, and then you go again. And this is just the reality of it. This is what we are doing. And this is how we chase greatness. That you've got to keep those standards high. That you've got to be harsh on yourself. You have to call yourself out on your bullshit. Because nobody else will. Nobody truly will. And at the same point, you can usually fucking ignore them, even if they do. You know, it's very easy for other people to tell you that you're not being the best version of yourself. And you'd be like, okay, well, whatever. And just brush it off. You have to be receptive and open, and also be honest with yourself. If you're doing a shit job and you are just accepting your mediocrity, tell yourself the truth. Be honest with yourself. It hurts. It's harsh. And you're not going to enjoy that conversation. But you're going to benefit from it. Your whole life's going to be better because of it. Every area of your life is going to get better because you made that decision. Because you made those choices. It's going to be worth the effort. But you have to make those decisions. You have to decide where the level is. What are you willing to tolerate? Are you willing to tolerate mediocrity? Are you willing to continue on as you are and just accepting that this is your lot in life? Or could you double down? Or could you give more effort? Or could you get in more consistency? Or could you sacrifice those things that don't serve you? What could your life be if you gave up the things that didn't serve you, that didn't provide value, that didn't progress you forward? What could your life be? We've just decided that this is enough, that this is our lot in life. Why? Why can't you have more? Why can't you raise the standards? Why can't you decide that you are going to be a little bit harsh on yourself? And that's okay, but we're going to discover who we could truly be on the other side. Why not you be that man? Yeah, it's not going to be comfortable. No, it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be fucking worth it. It's going to be worth every second of that life. It's going to be worth every minute of that life. Because if you build the greatest life ever, why not you? As I drive through this absolutely ridiculous storm. But why not hold that standard? Why not continue to do the work regardless of the circumstances? And I do apologize for what I'm sure is going to be an average as fuck audio. But the work has to get done. The work is the work. And we just decide. And we just keep pushing forward. And we just show the fuck up. Be harsh. Set really hard standards for yourself. And then keep them. And then keep them. And then keep them. And just keep doing that over and over and over again. As I've said many, many times before, becoming the best version of yourself, completely changing every aspect of your life, is not complex. It's sure as shit not easy, but it's not complex. You just have to make the decision. Are you willing to do what is required? Are you willing to raise the standards to show up and win the day? Are you willing to do that? Are you willing to give up the things that will not serve you so that you can be the greatest version of yourself? Because on the other side is your greatest potential. On the other side is everything you've ever wanted and dreamed of. And if nothing else, and I mean nothing else, and I can near guarantee you if you keep showing up long enough, with enough effort, with enough consistency, you will achieve incredible things. But if absolutely nothing else, the man you will become from that, the amount of stuff you will learn about yourself, and the inspiration that you will be leading from the front through that is worth absolutely every second of that. It's worth finding out what your potential could be. It's worth discovering who you could be with enough effort, with enough consistency, with enough fortitude and discipline. It's worth it. You just have to find out who you can be on the other side. So, if you are ready for that, if you're ready to step up and start chasing your greatness, then shoot me a message. Let's get you into the Chasing Greatness community. Let's start your journey and see who you can become on the other side. If you're not quite there yet, click the link in my bio, grab my top 10 tools to transform your mental toughness. And lastly, if you took value from this, if it inspired you, if it spoke to you, and you know someone else who needs to hear this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. I'm here every single day, leading by example, leading from the front as I go through this journey. This is just an everyday experience, and I'm trying to help you avoid the mistakes that I've made and learn the lessons faster, because I'm just going through the trenches and learning them as I go. So I'll be back again tomorrow. Until then.